Hello students, welcome to the Pole Science of class 9, and today we will start understanding about the second part of the topic, that is electoral constituencies. So in the previous class we studied about what is the system of our elections, in which we read about both the Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha elections, which are held in India after every 5 years, that means after a regular interval of 5 years. So whatever that election is held after 5 years, that is known as general election. And we also read about by elections, according to which if any constituency, due to the death of any minister or due to the resignation of any minister, that post is lying vacant, for that also election is held, and that election is known as by election. And after that we read about the electoral constituencies, in which we have read that there are different areas according to their sizes, and there can be many constituencies under one state. So today we will start understanding about the second part of the electoral constituencies. So let us proceed then. For Lok Sabha elections, the country is divided into 543 constituencies. That means in a country like India, which is very large in area, it has overall how many constituencies? 543 constituencies. That means these 543 constituencies are those from where 543 members or member of parliament will be elected through the right to vote, of the people. That means what? We will give vote, we will cast our vote according to our own constituencies all over India, spread over the union territories and states. After that, out of these 543 constituencies, when voting process is over and after the counting process starts and the Election Commission of India declares results, then at that very moment all these 543 members are elected to the Lok Sabha. Clear? So they belong to different constituencies spread in the country. The representative elected from each constituency is called a member of parliament or an MP. So you are very familiar with this word. In short, it is known as MP, and the full form of MP is member of parliament. That means those candidates who we elect through our right to vote all over India, which is also called as the general elections. So according to the general elections, all these representatives who are elected from different constituencies in India are actually known as what? An MP. That means member of parliament. And these member of parliament are elected to the Lok Sabha. One of the features of democratic election is that every vote should have equal value. That is why our constitution requires that each constituency should have a roughly equal population living within it. That means what? According to our democratic process, and you can say that one unique feature of our democratic process is that each vote has equal value. That means only one value. That means if you are giving the vote, that means your vote would be counted as one vote. So in the same way, all the people living in India have the value of one vote each against each individual. That's why our constituencies, which are 543 in number, that is all over India, that means in India overall there are 543 constituency. So that is the reason why our constitution requires that each constituency should have a roughly equal population living within it. That means whatever the constituencies are there, so according to that constituency, you assume that there are 5 lakhs of population or 4 lakhs of population. And it is not like that one constituency will have 5 lakhs of population which will vote for the representative, and the another constituency will have more than 10 lakh. So that is to be balanced by the Election Commission of India, who is looking after all the election process. So they will make sure that roughly it should be, the difference should not be that much, that one constituency will have 5 lakhs of population living in that particular constituency, and the other constituency might have 10 lakhs also. So in that way it will not work. So it is being done by the constitution, and the constitution also instructs that each constituency should have a roughly equal population living within it. That means approx. The difference should not be more, the difference should be less, which can be ignored. Clear? After that, similarly, each state is divided into a specific number of assembly constituencies. In this case, the elected representative is called the member of legislative assembly or an MLA. Each parliamentary constituency has within it several assembly constituencies. The same principle applies for panchayat and municipal elections. Each village or town is divided into several wards. Sorry, it will be wards. There is a printing mistake in that. That are like constituencies. Each ward elects one member of the village or the urban local body. Clear? So, in the earlier point we read about the MP election. That means those member of parliament will be elected and will be representing in the Lok Sabha. Clear? So we can say that there are 543 MP in India. So now we will learn about the member of legislative assembly, that is limited within a state. That means in the case of Assam, the number of constituencies that the MLA is holding elections, suppose it has 14 seats that each MLA will fight elections. Suppose for the state of Assam, assume that there are 14 assembly. Clear? So these 14 assembly seats will be fought by different political parties. So in this case, the elected representatives, whoever, many parties will be there contesting the elections in the state assembly elections, and out of that, each representative who will win the election will be referred to as an MLA. His designation will be known as MLA. That means member of legislative assembly. Member of legislative assembly is related to the state assembly election. Remember that. That means MLA is restricted or limited to its own state only. Each parliamentary constituency has within it several assembly constituencies. So I have told you that several constituencies may be there, not like that of Lok Sabha, which are 543. That means it will vary from state to state. For example, in a state like Uttar Pradesh, which is very large in area, that state might have many constituencies. But in case of Assam, which is smaller in size in comparison to the UP or Uttar Pradesh, might have less number of seats, or assume that 14 seats are there from Assam. The same principle applies for panchayat. So in the same way, in the state assembly elections, where there is a MLA elections being held, which is the topmost hierarchy, then comes the elections related to the municipal boards and the panchayat. Municipal boards can be related to the towns and cities, and panchayat election can be related to the village level. So each village or town is divided into several wards. Here printing mistake is there. You will write as WARDS. Just ignore ENI. So each village or town is divided into several wards. You have heard that ward number 4, ward number 5, that is according to the division that is made in the towns and villages during the elections. And each ward elects one member of the village or the urban local body. So every ward will elect one member each. That means you have heard about ward commissioner or ward member. That following, just assume that in Jorhat there are 100 wards. So from each ward, one member will be elected as a ward member that will head that particular ward. So just like that, starting from the MP election, which is the topmost hierarchical order, and the member who wins the elections are sent to the Lok Sabha. After that comes MLA, who is limited to the state assembly elections. After that, elections is held with the same process in the municipal elections or in the municipal areas or village areas. Towns or cities may be related to the municipal areas, and panchayat may be related to the village level. So like that only, every town or village is again divided into several wards, and these wards, from every ward one member is elected from the village or the urban local body. So clear? So these are the electoral constituency or the system of election that is being held in our country, starting from the Lok Sabha elections, which is known as those who win is known as, that representative is known as the MP. In the state level, that particular representative is known as the member of legislative assembly or an MLA. And in the village level, the party that wins is headed by the village president. After that, several wards are being divided in every town and village, and from every ward one member is elected, be it a village or be it the urban local body. Clear? So with this I will wind up today's topic related to the electoral politics, in which we read about the elections related to the member of parliament. Then we also read about the member of legislative assemblies elections, which is related within the state. And at last we read about the elections, that is the lowermost hierarchical order, which is related to the panchayat elections and municipal elections. So please make a note down of all this point in your copy. Thank you.